Today I'm working on my 2007 Chevrolet Silverado with fogged up headlights. This one, both sides are that way, and that happens through the sun oxidation and the weather. Over the years, it just oxidizes. This is polycarbonate, pretty strong, but it's plastic. And so the protective UV coating wears off of it, and then you get this. So I looked online about replacing these, because you can buy replacement headlights, the housing, and you can get a pair of them for around $80 to $85. The bad part about it is you have to take this cover off inside here and take this whole grill out of here to get to the bolts, and you also have to come into the inner fender wells, pull the front down so you get to the bolts on the bottom. Then you pop it out and replace them. I didn't know that was worth the effort, so I looked at that was going to be $85 plus all that work, and then I looked at this online on Amazon, a Sylvania Headlight restoration kit, and it was $21. So I thought, well, I'll give that a try first. And it's supposed to be good. 3 easy steps, it says, to do this job. And it's got a coating, a UV coating that goes back onto it. It has a lifetime warranty, it says right there. But UV coating goes onto it, and it's supposed to make it nice and clear again, like new. So I'm going to try that. I've already taped it. They recommend you tape off the finished areas, so I've done that. Anywhere that that UV coating can get on it, because when you do that, it's going to stay there. It's not supposed to affect the paint, but they recommend protecting it. So I've done that. So I've got that. I'm going to show you what's in this kit. And let me see. Well, let's pull up first. First thing, you have the instructions. Tells you how to do it, and there's a video. Can you stay there? I got too slippery, I guess. All right, let's put it here. You've got different grits of sandpaper. You've got a 400, a 1000, and I believe a 2000. Yeah, 2000 grit. That's the final one. So the grit is the number of pieces of particle per inch. That's 400 particles per inch. This is 1,000 particles per inch, and this is 2,000 particles per inch. That makes the 2,000 much finer. And then we have a wiping cloth. We have another wiping cloth. We have the UV block coats. That's step 3. That's what you put on last. And we have another coating in here that says surface activator. You put that on first. And you have clarifying compound. This is step number 2. So you do the sanding, which is step 1. Then you do step 2, is the clarifying compound, and then you do step 3. Step 3, UV block. And the first thing you do, of course, is the activator. It activates the surface and helps soften that oxidation, and then you start the sanding. So we're going to start that. There is some nice gloves in here that I'll use my own because they're not what I'm going to use. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, you need water. So let me get my gloves on. I got those right here. And we'll see how long this takes. So the first thing I'm going to do is get the surface activator, and well, yeah, let's put surface activator on. I don't know if we have to shake it out, but we're going to do that. And it says leave it for 30 seconds. And once again, I don't know if I mentioned it, but the instructions are in the box, but you can also go to, they have a video, yeah, so you can watch somebody do that. So we're activating it. And this is to soften the oxidation that's on there already. And they tell you don't use all of this whole bottle on one headlight because you got another headlight over here. So it says wait 30 seconds. And I'm waiting 30 seconds. Let's see what the instructions say. Spray activator generously on each one and wait 30 seconds. Wash completely with water to remove loosened corrosion. Do not use all the surface activator. You need it near the end of step 2 as well. So we're going to need it at the end too. So yeah, we'll have to use it again. So we're waiting 30 seconds. We're activating the surface. I got my hose over here to rinse it off. And then we're going to start sanding with 400. It tells you to fold your paper in half. So let me do that while I'm waiting for that. Because you got two headlights and you want to use one side for the left one and one side for the right one. And it is clarifying it. I can see it right now. It's taking the oxidation off. All right, we're going to spray it with the water like it says. So we've activated it. And we want to grab our 400 paper. This is the 400. And you're supposed to keep it wet. This is wet dry paper they call it. And you start sanding in circular motions. And not in one place, you just keep moving. And when you're doing this, you can feel that there's like out here, it's not as bad. You can feel it under your hand that right here it's really bad. It's rough. Some more water. And it should be foggy when we get done because the 400 grit is actually roughing up the surface, but it's evening it out. And I can feel it now, it's getting better. And it says circular motions. So the question is can the average homeowner or automobile owner, can the average person do this? I would say yes. Don't push too hard on the paper as you're doing this. And the key would be keep the water moving. And they do it until you get so you feel like it's smooth. This has really gotten a lot better right here. The whole headlight feels much better already. And the water carries away the old plastic that you took off. And I'm going to get up in here a little bit. That doesn't get it oxidized very much, but we're looking for new. All right, so let's see what the instructions say now. They'll tell me to go to the next. And I can't tell you, this feels much smoother. It's almost like, because the water's on, it's almost like glass now. Although when it dries, it's going to be rough. So as it's drying, you'll see. So let's see what the instruction says next. We'll go by their instructions. So 30 seconds, wash completely. Locate, let's see, begin sanding with 400, fully wet the lens, and sandpaper with clean water. We did that. Sand the surface of the headlight using even circular motions and moderate or medium pressure, and then continue add. And then as we go through it, do it till it's smooth to the touch. You're ready to move on once noticeably smooth lens is achieved. Now using the 1000 grit and medium pressure, sand all headlight lenses multiple times, adding water if necessary for approximately 5 minutes. I'm going to do one headlight at a time. I don't think I want to do both, although I could. But we'll do one. So I'm going to grab the 1000 grit. 1000. I'm going to wet it, and you can see the light is starting to haze over. you know, it's not shiny because it's got 400 grit paper. This paper here is going to make it better. I'm going to let it dry so you can see that. Matter of fact, while that's doing that, maybe I will activate the other side. I want you to see in between what you're going to end up with because it's coming to that. So I'll go ahead and spray this one over here and activate it, and then I'll do the same thing I did over there. I'll come back. I think we got her. So I'm just going to get it on there. I have to come back so I can still see it. All right, you can see how it fogged over. That's what it should look like right now. All right, we're ready to move on to the next paper, 1000. And as that one's drying over there, I want you to see the difference between the two as we go from 1000 to from 400 to 1000. You can't feel a whole lot of resistance on this, so just do it enough. You're taking out the scratches the 400 made it. You're making them finer. If you were polishing a stone, you would do the same thing. You would start coarse paper and work your way down to fine paper. Or polishing metal, anything. The finer the scratches, the brighter it will be. Look a little bit here. It feels really smooth, but then again, you're going to see that it's going to have that dull look to it because it's got scratches. That's what it's supposed to do. Let me get over here a little bit. It's nice and shiny, but it's going to dull up. All right, now we're going to let them both dry. I did the 400 and the 1000 over here now, and I've only done the 400 over here. I don't know if you can see it or not. I want to show you the difference. You'll notice that in this area right here, this is the main headlight, so there's a lot of heat right here, and this side was worse than that side, probably because this is also in traffic area. This is the side of the vehicle that's nearest to traffic going the opposite direction, but it's rougher right here. But other than that, this is what it looks like after 400. This is what it looks like after 1000. Okay, now we're going to do the 2000. So this is, both of them now have 1000 grit used on it, and so the scratches are much finer. And matter of fact, when I hit them with water, I'm going to get ready to do the 2000, but when I hit them with water, you're going to see that it actually looks shiny, clear.
Oh yeah.
When they get wet. So we're going to do the 2000 grit now, which is going to make the scratches even finer. And you want to use a lot of water because this fine paper, it loads up really quick. And so you want to be washing the stuff you're scratching right here, the plastic is getting scratched off, you want to wash it away. So use lots of water. You want to get rid of all the 1,000 grit ones. All the 400 grit scratches should be gone by now. And I'll show you something on the other headlight over here. It has some deep scratches in it, so they may still be there. But we'll see when we get done. And that is the 2,000 grit. I guess I can blow that off there, and let's dry that and see what it looks like compared to that over there. Just a comparison. The next step, it says you should do it until there's no yellow or clear spots. So you're sanding. This one here is nice. That one over there, I'm going to hit that again with the 400 and go back to the other grit. Right in this one area, there is a spot right here it'll probably clarify with the stuff on it, but I'm going to work a clarifying compound step 2. So I imagine this is a polishing compound, and they want me to use this cloth. So there's 2. We used one on each side, I guess. Probably wears everything out. You put some on the cloth or the paper towel, and you do circular motions for about 5 minutes, and then you do that with the water applied to it. You wet the thing, and then does it say keep it wet, or does it just say wet it and then do it? Wet the headlight lens and rub the compound over the entire lens. Circular motions and firm pressure this time. Rub all surfaces multiple times for approximately 5 minutes. When complete, rinse the lens thoroughly and completely dry it off. You'll see a light haze when you're done. So I'm going to wet this thing. Wet her down. Put about half this polishing compound onto here. There's a little dab, about half of it. And then we're going to circular motion, we're going to rub it in. Alright, so you can see that I moved away from the white cloth to one of these blue shop towels that I have. That white cloth just fell apart really fast because they tell you you're using an abrasive and use it with quite a bit of pressure on it because you're trying to polish this now. And so I went to the blue cloth, which is much better. It holds up. You could usually use one of these blue shop paper towels, or even a t-shirt would work, or something like that. You just need something that's going to hold up because you're rubbing on this thing. Kind of a little bit of pressure for about 5 minutes. So you got to keep moving around in circular motions. So we went to 2,000 grit. This is polishing compound that they're using, and that's what we're doing now. We're polishing, just like fine silver. Got to polish it. All right, I think we're pretty close to being done. This is feeling pretty good over here. And it shouldn't be clear yet. It should still be foggy. I want to get all the compound out so that now it's cracked.
So is this the next step, the big reveal?
Big reveal.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we got.
Oh, wow, that really works.
We're getting close. So I'm going to use 2 of these towels. I'm not going to use their little paper towel stuff. Really good. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to spray it again with some activator.
So you're going to let it dry, air dry?
Air dry it just a little bit here. Clean the lens again with this prep stuff. Surface activator. I got about a half a bottle left. So they want us to clean the lens again with this. Thoroughly clean it. Let it set for 30 seconds.
Smells like Windex.
Well, you know what? I think you're right. Surface activators, Windex. Yeah, boy.
Maybe not. It's strong.
Yeah, got
More than Windex, I think.
I don't know. All right, we wait 30 seconds.
I don't have a second here, though.
I got it.
Oh, I could use a timer, I guess.
And then we're gonna dry the lenses again with the other paper towel. And
This the last step?
yep. So and thoroughly rinse with water. Then that's done. Remove tape. Use the other white towel to completely dry the lens, which I already did once. But we're gonna rinse it off again. Then I'm gonna remove all the tape because we're gonna use the applicator after I dry everything off. They want all the water away from it now. After I rinse this.
Okay.
They're already looking better.
Oh, yeah, I see already.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't. This is the first step where they've started looking better.
Well, they're wet right now too.
Yeah, that's true. And they're not dry. Yeah. So we'll see what happens when you dry them.
So they shouldn't fog up again.
They shouldn't?
They should.
Oh, they should.
Yeah, we still haven't applied the finish.
Ah. So we still aren't at the final reveal stage.
Not yet. Coming
Okay.
up. Coming to a theater near you.
Okay. There's still some, I see.
That works. Now they want me to wipe it down with this here cloth. Another paper towel they gave us, which I'll probably use my cloth again. So even after I blew all that off, there's still quite a bit of moisture on this lens. They're dry. All right, so the next step uses says everything should be dry. And now we're ready to do step 3. Step 3. Have 1, 2 both side headlights. They want you to do both headlights at the same time, get them done to the point that we have them right now. Because when you're going to use this applicator, you want to do one headlight and then go right over to do the second one. And what's saying is to use the UV blocker. This protects long-lasting protection for your headlights. So what you do is you put a small, you've got to remove all the moisture from the area around the headlight lens, which I did with a blower and then with the thing. Now we're going to put this on, put the gloves on. I'm going to use my gloves. And the blue towel provided in the kit, this right here. And we're going to 1/2 inch from the folded edge. The thicker the coating, the better. Take care to thoroughly soak the entire folded edge of the blue applicator and re-soak to ensure uniform thickness across the headlight. So this thing, we're going to pour it onto here on the first 1/2 inch of this and keep applying it and wipe it across the lens. So here we go. This is the magic reveal.
Magic reveal. Here it is. Does this really work?
Look like you need to shake it.
I've had my doubts. You haven't.
This is called UV block clear coat.
Okay. Wow. That looks great. It worked.
Let it dry.
Yeah. How long do you let it dry? Or it just dries that way, huh?
It's supposed to dry that way.
Okay, so what's your...
It says, let's see, allow it to dry at least 1 full hour before touching the headlight lens, and allow 4 to 6 hours for full cure. Avoid driving and water exposure until cured. So we gotta hold an umbrella over it until for 6 hours.
I gotta stay out here that late?
Yeah, you can stay out there that
Wow.
long. It does look better, a lot better,
Yeah, it does.
and that'll work for me.
So you're pleased with it, huh?
Yeah. I don't see any place I missed. Maybe a spot right there.
That looks
Yeah,
great.
Good. I can see you might not want to go back over that with a half-dry cloth because it's just like paint.
Yeah.
You can make a mess of it. It'd be better to let it dry probably and then come back and hit it with a coat if you missed a
Okay.
spot. There you go.
Well, thank you.
That is Sylvania. I'm not getting any payback for this or anything, but this is what I used. I bought that on Amazon. I'm sure McGuire's has got some, and there's other people that have it too. It's probably the same idea. So what you're doing is you're scratching up the lenses, getting all the oxidation off of it, and then you're putting a clear coat on it that's going to protect the plastic. It's a UV protection.
And how long is this supposed to last?
Lifetime warranty.
Really?
So if I live to be 150 and this truck is still around, they're going to
So
pay
it's
me,
lifetime
refund my
vehicle,
$21.
Yeah, how about that? All right. Well, good job. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.